again. Alright, let's go on to the next question. What do you think is the best town?
The best town? Well, you know, I mean, I wouldn't want to go right off the bat and say it's instantly this place. But when it comes to building realistically, I definitely do feel like Athorgo has the upper hand in that.
Yeah, it definitely has that medieval splendor about it.
Yeah, and yes, Athorgo is building realistically is very essential on this server since we really value our roleplay. So now I mean I've seen other towns. There are some other nice towns. Regis Bay, I would like to see that place populated again. However, the owner of it picks on like and she's the only resident of it.
By the way, guys, we will be touring Regis Bay again. We have been to Regis Bay once or twice now. We tried to make videos, but they didn't turn out well. We are going to try and make good ones next time. We promise.
Okay.
Optar is on. Hold up. Hold the phone. Optar is on. Guys, Optar, that is the guy we have been talking about. The guy we've been praising and whatnot. He is the man. I was thinking about talking to Optar about, well, I'll talk about that later.
Don't pressure him.
Optar definitely doesn't feel any pressure, come on. Actually, I'm pretty sure he's pressured enough. I'm pretty sure more pressure won't matter.
Yeah, he's grown used to it. The more pressure we put on him, the more he gets used to it.
We hope. Alright.
That's called desensitization, and you do not want that to happen.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah, I know.
Took the beef. Alright. What has been your favorite character so far? The favorite character you've made?
The favorite character that I have made, or anybody has made?
Yeah. That you've made.
My favorite character, it's either between my first or the last character I made. My favorite real character when I first started roleplaying, when I first roleplayed for real, when I really got a hold of it. His name was Isaac. He was the first founder of the first Athorgo, and well, now I had to say my favorite character is probably actually Luthor, which is my current character, because actually I really got a lot of time to build him up. I've made a whole quest story off of him, and
he has all the power.
He's become quite powerful as well.
Yep. Okay. The one question I think I love out of this entire interview, probably the one I'm going to get the most into. What has been your favorite map?
It's either this map or map 2. In map 2, a lot of things that we had like portals and stuff. We had dungeons. We had NPC boss fights. We had a lot of cool stuff that you can go out and adventure. Now the only problem with that was, the reason why we don't have that in this map anymore is we're making this. We wanted this to be more player based. Like, I mean, sure, those dungeon stuff gave me a lot of fun things to do if you weren't role playing with somebody else. A lot of fun things you can do alone. But we would like to get people around, you know, start role playing with other people. We want people to mingle. Yeah.
Yeah, up there is
I would say I actually like this new map much better. Custom made, very beautiful. We have had a couple of little crises where some places might not look as good and pretty anymore, but we fixed them up, and thanks to a couple people such as Ernie.
Yeah, basically, Optar's motto is, if it's not player-made, it's not worth putting on the server. Though he has, he's put a few places. Yeah, that does include our map. Everything here is player-made. Oh, let's go on to the next question. Explain your character.
I'm sorry, say it again?
Explain your character.
Okay, my character, he is the king of human race, and he didn't have a very hard childhood. Like, he grew up in a quite a happy son. He had his own set of friends as well. The thing is, one day, someone who used to be a friend of his father was Hiram. One day,
Why can't I never find
this Taxicos is a beastman-like race. He came and, well, he ended up killing a lot of people in Athorgo. Eventually,
the fourth Athorgo.
Find out that he is demonly possessed, and he had no idea, and Leek himself actually had no idea what was happening. So Luthor, after losing his father to Leek, and pretty much all of his people of Athorgo, he had to go on this long quest. He went on this long quest with a few of his closest companions, and also later on meeting Moonra, who then later evidently joins his party. They go ahead and go on this long quest, and finally, after the long goose chase, they finally face Leek, the demon inside of him, which is Ashen, in a final battle. Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about something interesting. Let's talk about race passives.
Was that not interesting enough? Okay, so race passives. Yes, every race race has
let's just go around the circle with the passives. Let's start with you, Luthor.
Okay. My passive. My passive is called Humanity. It allows me to have passive power regeneration. Power is what you use to cast spells. Now, for any race that doesn't have this kind of passive power regeneration, they would have to type in /med or meditate, which would restore your power. And that can be obnoxious in the middle of a fight, and your power level is relatively low. So that passive power generation allows me to sustain fights very well.
Yeah, Feet of the Wind is kind of against the point for me, since elementals have speed as their passive. So really using the Feet of the Wind spell is really just pointless.
I would also like to add in, my brother, he decided to be a Lidkim one time. The Lidkim actually have a very cool passives. Lidkim get water. The Lidkim is a lizard folk. They have water breathing. They have water breathing, and also when they touch water, they get speed for 10 seconds. So like, let's say, I don't know, if you're in a chase or you're running away, you can go ahead and tap some water and jump out, you're going to get speed within 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, guys, let's explain a few more commands. There's the /E command, which explains what your character is doing at the time. So, let's say I'm sighing. Yep, position bar to sighs. And guys, how we do RP battles is we will roll dice, doing /random. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's keep the chat. Let's keep it clean. All right. Oh, where was I? All right. What does it mean to be king for you?
For me, what it means to be king is that I'm responsible for the advancement of our race, the human race. So yeah, I will do anything in my power to make sure that our race is advanced, and that we're evolving or building up to be stronger like other races. Like humans technically aren't as strong as probably most of the races there are in the server. However, humans, their pride, their ideas, innovations and stuff like that is what makes them humans. So, also I do believe that humans also definitely do value their posterity. So that's why we worship Golkira, the goddess, our goddess, because she is the goddess of life and abundance, which is needed to continue on generation.
She's also the goddess of wisdom. Personally, for me, being king, since I don't actually have anybody else on who is of my race, I'm an elemental, not an old elemental, just pointing that out. For me, really being king means that I have a much bigger influence in the community, and much more is expected of me, and I also have a lot of power. Admittedly, like... How about you, as men?
I'd also like to add, although I am king, Sometimes I'll get the occasional player who doesn't like to act like I am. They'll like disrespect my character and disrespect me in OOC. Much like my once running opponent, oh boy. He never really respected my characters.
Yeah, we're going to get into that.
They always seem like the last one because they always seem to have that same grudge against Luthor.
Alright, yeah, why be king? Why did you want to be king in the first place?
I wanted to be king because out of all the humans that make up all the humans currently, I feel like I'm the most capable. And I'm also very well experienced with leading on this server. I've built and owned towns. I've helped towns grow, and I just had a lot of experience. So.
Men, you're too close to your mic.
Name 2 clips.
Is that better?
Yep.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay.
Oh,
So, what do you think about your opponent, oh boy?
To be honest, I feel like his RP is really terrible, I would say. Because quite often do I find his new characters always having some kind of similarity to the last character he made. Because, like, we never really liked his roleplay, the way he did it. He claimed to be a human, yet he had red eyes, vampire-like traits. Like, he evidently had this kind of so-called curse, where basically he had to suck blood to live. And evidently it just so happened to have to be.
Yeah, why didn't he just become a vampire? Okay.
super touch pick.
But we never really liked his roleplay. But every time I made a new character, he never really changed. He always had that same disregard to who Luthor really was.
All right, I'm heading towards the water. Min, why do you do this to me?
I got me a new soul gem.
No. How?
Yes!
Who let you have one? Obviously, they don't enjoy people winning.
He did, in fact.
What?
Luthor, help me get one.
Alright,
Yeah.
Final question. I hear that you're actually making a video game. Mind explaining it?
Yes, I call it medieval fantasy because I want it to represent the server, and well, those are the 2 things that represent our server so well because it is medieval based and we have fantasy creatures and stuff like that, and all kinds of things. This particular one's title is medieval fantasy, the King of the West. And while the significance of the title you shall see when you play the game, of course. I am currently busy with making Act 1. I have actually recently finished all the artwork that I wanted to get done before I release this Act 1 to be played by the people. Now, I also plan for this game to act as a promotion to the server. Like, if I go ahead and post it on the RPG Maker forums and stuff, we can, if people play it, they like the game, they like the storyline and stuff, then they go ahead and find out, hey, this is made out of a Minecraft roleplay server.
Yes, guy, and we will be making a link to your game in some of our future videos.
If you have emotions.
Yeah.
If you ever feel like coming back and joining our show.
So yeah, that's kind of the thing. The game's storyline is mostly based off around Luthor's quest, and that's one of the reasons why I love Luthor's character so much.
Alright guys, and there are walkthroughs of his game on the Fall of an Empire forums. We do have a link to that in our first video. Our first video has a link to the forums. Feel free to take a look at that. A lot of interesting stuff there. So this is the end of our interview.
If you're looking for the videos to the game, if you're looking for the links to the game, they're under the general board. Just like.
This is the end of our interview. We are going to be talking to these guys a little bit after now. But for now, we are going to end this video. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on the next video. Bye.
Goodbye.
Min, are you still here?
Oh, sorry. Goodbye.
Yes.